Welcome, everybody. Here we are. I know,
Mhm,
I know we're at 6-5 today, but we're talking about 6-6.
mhm.
Welcoming our friend Aley from Heart and Soul Connected. Today we're going to talk about what's coming up. Allie's got some information that we're really excited to hear, and
Mhm.
hopefully getting us ready for tomorrow, and maybe preparing us also for the new moon, which is on the 14th.
Yeah, yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Yeah, one of the reasons I couldn't meet with JJ tomorrow is because I am teaching a class during the day, but at night I'm going to see Lee Harris, if you know who he is.
I don't know who he is, but
Yeah.
Terry bought me a ticket and I'm gonna see him when I'm in Vancouver.
Oh, he's going to be there then? Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
but I don't
Oh,
really know
oh, he's
anything about.
amazing.
Yeah.
He has a YouTube channel and
Okay.
he's British and he's probably late 30s, early 40s. He's not very old, but
Oh,
he's channeler. It's great. Yeah.
nice.
So that's good to know. We'll have to compare notes.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. Good for you. Good for you. Well, so we got a few people here, huh?
Yeah.
Right? Richie, Kaylee, Juanita, Happily Awakened.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's coming to Montreal 2 hours away on a weeknight. Yeah, that's hard. Hi, Annie Bear.
Yeah.
Hi, Denise. Yeah.
Three cats in Mexico. That's a great name.
Isn't that great? I know. Yeah. And Sherry, hi.
Thanks for coming by. Did we confuse you guys by having this a day before?
You know, it's funny when I found out the information, I said, wow, this is really good because you can prepare your day on 6/6 to meet some of the criteria that is really good for you if you know early enough ahead. So hopefully this will be good information. Good morning, Nat. It's, it's morning in Australia.
Hi, Annie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Annie says, I've been so snacky for 2 days now. Anyone else? And so,
Mhm. Yeah. I had
yeah,
to rush home and make American chop suey the other day. It was like I haven't had it in so long,
it's
and I
so
said,
good. That's so
"Yeah,
good.
so good. It's wonderful." Yeah. Hmm.
That's one of my favorite meals. My grandmother would make it.
Yeah. And it's just as good reheated as it's like lasagna. It's just as good
Mhm.
reheated. Yeah. Oh, you're purging a bunch. Juanita, this is the energy.
The
You've
energy.
already done it. Hi, Harley. Oh,
Oh,
in
in
the
the
bathroom.
bathroom.
Okay. Doesn't matter where it is. If you're
Doesn't
doing
matter
it,
what house you're cleansing.
I'm glad you feel great now. That's what's important. That's funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi,
Anyway,
Harley.
yeah. So, do you want me to start? I don't know
Yeah,
if you want me to.
I would
Okay.
love for you to start, and then
All right.
I come in with like that.
Ahas. Some ahas. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Um, so, this is from a complete guide to the significant love gateway of the year. And one of the first things that the writer talks about, her name is Katie Fletcher, is the fact that we're operating on in the 6/6 energy at a higher velocity, is different from the high velocity shifts that we've had from 1/1 to 5/5, and that we've been trying to keep up with. This is a little bit less crazy. It's a cosmic pause, is what they're saying. It's a reminder that we can't build external lives if our internal foundations are broken or rooted in things that have disconnected us from ourselves. So it's very interesting, and she does go into the fact that um, the place that you're living in reflects your state of mind, and if it's cluttered and chaotic, it's very difficult to get beyond the clutter and the chaos unless you clean it up. And that's what I've been doing for 2 weeks. And I didn't even know this was the energy. I should have, though. 6 represents the heart, and it is a testament to the home. And it does not hold within it chaotic urgency. It behaves like an ancient mirror, where we've abandoned our own well-being and discernment to keep the peace around us. So we've been holding a lot in culturally, personally, whatever, just to say, I have to get through today. I can't think about tomorrow. But now with, and the windows are starting to open up, at least here in this part of the world, and we're letting in some fresh air, and we're spending maybe more time outside, of course, with your trees or whatever it is you're loving outside.
Hey, Aley, can you read that part again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's behaving like an ancient mirror, illuminating the places where we have abandoned our own well-being and discernment to keep the peace around us.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
And I know I've done that myself. I had my bedroom area was so full of clutter that you couldn't walk over my side of the bed. That's how tight it was. And it was constricting and constraining. It wasn't good. It wasn't good for me. And it wasn't good if Keith came over to hand me something, he had to go through a maze to do it. So, yeah. So we're being asked to pretty much think in terms of the heart at this point. And, what is it? The home is the heart to the body, or the heart is the home to the body, rather. So it's also, if you undergo any healing at this point, it's not temporary. It's actually foundational. So it's going to last. It's going to be that foundation for you. The shadow side is a well-intentioned form of exhaustion that we impart on ourselves. It's not the tendency to give and give until there's nothing left for yourself. It's the habit of carrying everyone else's emotional weight, fixing their problems and anticipating their issues, and putting ours on the bottom of the list. And we are being told, get rid of that idea. We really, really have to, think. There's still that resistance where we hear the old tapes. Some of us hear the old tapes of don't be selfish, don't think. You're thinking only of yourself and everything. There's nothing really selfish about any of this. It's something we've always needed to do in order to, how can you take care of somebody else if you're not taking care of first? So, so they're saying that this brings forth a foundational internal audit, and it's not by the IRS. It's by you. We have roped ourselves into how much we give away. And they're saying it's time for you to dismantle that and look at the resentment that you may be harboring, because there is sometimes that when you're doing and you're getting no appreciation, then you get resentful. And that isn't the purpose of doing and doing. It isn't to get yourself all upset. So you have to look at being radically honest with yourself. And this opens up more abundance for you as well. Let's see. There's a lot more here. I'm not going to read it all. But this number 6 is deeply rooted in the concept of home. This portal is a tendency to reach backwards into our personal histories, and so henceforth ancestral healing. This is a good month for that.
Yeah, I know Annie's been doing that.
Yes, she has. Yes, she sure has. So there's a couple of things they want you to do tomorrow. First thing is, tomorrow, wake up, think about your heart space before you do anything else. Put your hands on your chest and say, what does my heart want from me today? Just process the question, listen, spend a few minutes with it. In the afternoon, the boundary assessment is look at your energy distribution. If you have to, you can do that line in the middle, good and bad, good and bad, good and bad. It's up to you. And in the evening, you are going to be asking for active receiving. Don't deflect compliments. Don't feel guilty when you take a rest. Don't feel bad when you try to accept help from somebody. I know. First thing I'll do is my husband's very comfortable doing something, and I'll go in and I'll go, I really feel awful that I have to ask you, but can you please help me do this? Because I can't do it by myself. But there's something about it that I feel like, I have to apologize before I even ask. And yet, he usually does it. The next thing, again, is our living spaces are direct reflections of our internal state. And make sure you intentionally shift the air in your home. If that means opening a window, if it's cold, just do it for 10 minutes, whatever. Light a candle. Integrate the energy too. One affirmation might be, she says, I give from my fullness. I receive without apology. My heart is both safe and completely open. All right.
Okay, so this was my favorite. You said a lot of really good things, but I like this one.
Yeah.
What does my heart want today?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so easy for empaths and sensitives to think of something that's outside of us.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah. So it's like, what does my heart want for me today?
Mm-hmm.
And I got goosebumps thinking about that. So I'm curious, like, let's just try this, Aley, with the community here. Like,
Yeah.
what does my heart want for me today? And just take a moment to think about it. And if it makes you feel any kind of feeling putting this question to yourself, that's important too, because I'm just like,
I feel like I answered the question yesterday when I made the American chop suey. That's what my heart wanted that day. But again, that's outside of myself, isn't it? So
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Fair treatment, Leah says. That's wise.
Yeah. Yeah, I see something beautiful. They're like, don't forget this inner sanctuary that you have. And it was really interesting. It felt like I can just see this beautiful outdoor place where there's I forget what it's called. I don't know if it's a cistern or it's got something it's got water and it has like flowers around it and
Mm-hmm.
like almost like cement, like a cement kind of barrier around part of it. But
Yeah, that is like a what I could see a water pump thing that you push
yeah.
up and down. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, which is really a
Uh-huh.
lovely idea to think about. Like that's where my energy is,
Uh-huh.
that's my energy center where the water pumps in and out and whatnot. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's really
I
interesting.
like that because you have to do some of the work. It
Yeah.
doesn't automatically do it, but it's
Yeah.
not over the top. It's not a heavy burden. It's not a heavy burden. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a way to I've always loved inner sanctuaries. It was one of the
Mm-hmm.
first spiritual activity that I did for myself because I remember somebody from Canada gave me a book. I met them on vacation and
Oh.
they mailed me this really great book and it was about setting up like an inner sanctuary within and
Ooh.
like tending it, like if there's flowers around, like tending those
Mhm.
flowers. And it's lovely for me because of the way my brain works to just check in and see like, okay, well, how are my flowers doing around this beautiful spring, and
Mhm. Do I have to do any weeding? Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
exactly.
Yeah. But the beauty of it,
Yeah.
and it
This one.
becomes a sacred space.
Yeah, sacred
Yeah.
space within. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
To
there you go, Juanita. I
laugh
always
more
love laughing.
often.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you read some of these because I was thinking.
That's all right.
Yep, laughter, and I'm excited to see my sister tonight. Oh, I talked to
Good.
my sister today.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
lovely.
Uh-huh.
Pogo Pogo is ready for West rest,
Western quiet.
West and quiet.
That's cool, Kaylee. Yeah. I like that. All
Oh,
right.
I know I'm enough, but I want to feel more confident. Yeah. I like how you worded that. That felt
Yeah,
good saying it.
it
Yeah.
did. Yes, Juanita did. Um, yeah. New
Le-
apartment, you're trying to move things 100%. I understand. I've moved so many times in my life. It's not something that's enjoyable. Not at
Yeah.
all. Yeah. Oh, you're teaching a Reiki 2 class. Oh, yes, it is a double date. So that means it will be doubly good. Yeah.
Doubly good. And
Yeah.
the idea of the foundation, uh,
Hmm.
I got goosebumps. So the internal foundation, um, the things that I wrote down were love gateway, the cosmic pause, the internal
Mm.
foundation, and how the internal foundation, like the things around you do reflect your state of mind. And you had said, like, there's, some things that I know I had this woman come to my house once who did the feng shui or whatever, however you say
Yeah.
it.
Hmm.
And this is a classic Chris and JJ. Chris is my husband. It's like, we'll put like if I need to vacuum something or if I
Hmm.
have vacuumed something, like the vacuum cleaner will be in the living room and then it'll be there for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like when she came, we had a screen door that we were going to put on. And she's like, "How long has that screen door been there?" And I'm like, "I don't know, probably about a month." And she's like, "Every time, you may not understand this, like know it consciously, but
Yeah.
subconsciously, when you go by it, you're just like, we haven't done that yet. We haven't done
Right.
that yet." It's like a conversation with your eyes and your mind that you may not be aware of, and how
Right.
draining those things can be. It's almost like when your phone is like, you have too many things running in the background,
Yes. And
and
it
your
slows
phone is
everything down.
ringing. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's one
love
of
that.
those
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
I had that actually with my back room. We were supposed to move in 2022. We were thinking of moving. So I packed up 30 boxes of stuff in
Yeah.
2022, and it had been sitting there until now. I don't even
Wow.
know what was in it. I didn't even
Yeah.
know, but it was
Yeah.
also blocking the airflow. It was blocking
Yeah.
looking out a window. Everything about it was bad.
Yeah.
And but I hesitated because I didn't have enough energy to do what I needed to do to start it, you know. And
Yeah.
so one day I just said, "This is it. I start now." And the whole room now is completely different. I have a bed in there now, and I have pictures on the wall, and it's the air is circulating, you know. So
Yeah.
I feel like all that time I walked past that room was, oh my God, I got to go in there and do that for 4 years.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
awful. That's awful. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But
welcome to the new people coming in. Today we're talking about how to get ready for 6/6 tomorrow. And
mhm.
there's also a new moon coming up on June 14th. So June
Okay.
14th, new moons, that's always a really good time to working on things that you want to grow.
Mhm.
And so, what my light language wants to do, because Ali had shared in the beginning of this that whatever healing there is, that it sticks around.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
this is like the love center, the love number 6.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
thinking about those internal foundations, I feel like a lot of us have already been working on those internal foundations. So wherever you are with that foundation, whether you have the scaffolding up on this,
Mhm. Mhm.
if it's something that you've been maybe taking away some rubble that where the foundation wasn't the best. So if we're moving boulders and debris and making room for the air to come in, and maybe if the foundation had crumbled a little bit, it was an older foundation, ancestral stuff, maybe
Mhm.
built on some stories or programming that wasn't necessarily yours, but maybe something that was influencing you around you. So it's almost like for the people who have the rubble, that's kind of exciting because let's move that rubble together and see what grows when the sun and the wind gets to it. And it's just a really exciting, like, here you are, and we're here to start. And so wherever your foundation is, let's just check in and see, like, how are we doing with our internal foundation? Just see if you can settle into your foundation. Just really doing an investigation of, is it sound? Are there cracks that need to be spackled or fixed? And then while we're there, just sit down with your foundation and notice it. Let it know that you're noticing it, because I feel like it's a living, breathing thing. And I'll be speaking a language that you may not understand. It's my light language. The best way to receive it is to just open your heart space if this is for the best and highest good for you. If not, you can always put the volume down a little bit while you sit there with your foundation. Anushnanaka Tiana Tiana Tiana. Tiana kanama I ana oshe mana yewa. Shining the light on our foundations. Toma kiatia pakoshewa. Some of our foundations have been almost as if there's a jungle, a canopy over, and the sun hasn't really been able to reach the foundation. Pakota tanupa I anoshnatama yewa. And this light is an energetic light that would love to come in and boost whatever we have been doing for ourselves. Even the smallest thing, having the energy to even, like, brush your teeth, when I know for some that can be challenging if you have depression or whatever. The small things should be celebrated, and this light wants to come in and even boost those really small things. Papatu tokush neana tiana. So moving the canopy off to the side and just thanking the canopy for making some shade for us while we were doing that. But just really coming through and opening up that canopy and letting some of that sweet wind and air come through. Pash Nayamati Anatama, letting the sun come in and do its energetic job, boosting us. I can feel it, like, in the belly button, the pelvic floor area, just having this beautiful energetic sunbeam coming in. And it's like the sunlight disinfects as well. So if there was anything growing on our foundation, just really accepting this light for its boosting power, for its medicinal power. Pa tuti, the medicine of the light. Na na shewa. Na yeti. Ashnana ye tama pa 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 yawa ye. Tiana mamash nana ye ui. Ye na 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 ye na na ye wai she wai. Na ui. Na ye ta na 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 ye ui. Tu na na ye na 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 ye na na ye na na ye ui. Shenanaka, shenanaka. Tucking our foundation, whatever state those are in, kuta, 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 tucking them in, like with a heart lullaby, kunaka, 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 kakaka, yeti, ti, patuma, tutuma, tutuma. And animals have also come in, like inviting the birds in, inviting like a woodpecker in to like do any chiseling that needs to be done. There are some of us with our internal foundation where it's almost like neuropathy, where some of it feels a little bit numb, and that's where the woodpecker wants to come in and maybe chisel some of that away.
Mm.
um, Sometimes it just happens, no fault of anyone. If our foundation, some of those things happen where there's like a neuropathy kind of feeling, like a where like maybe the life force, from that, the resonance isn't working with that part of our foundation. So it's okay to play construction worker in a way where, let's just shift that out of here, and leave room for something else to grow in its place that is more in line with us. I feel like with the love gateway, I feel like it's okay to have these loving boundaries with ourselves, where it's okay if our foundation needs to, some of it needs to go away because it doesn't resonate with us anymore. Maybe that worked for us before. Maybe this is what we thought was going to work. And now that we're here, it needs to just shift a little bit or change. And with loving boundaries, I feel like there is some flexibility to it, especially with ourselves. But then there's also the part of, if you have these loving boundaries with yourself, there's got to be somebody, there's got to be like a JJ that is very like strong and stands by, I'm flexible, but this is also something really important to me. And so it's almost like we need a strong person for our foundation, to kind of help us stick with it, if that makes sense. Yeah.
What came up for me when you were saying about the foundation and maybe mistakes that we've made, or that we need to not have guilt because that was what we needed at the time.
Yeah.
And I like that, because I think we tend to take on too much blame on ourselves when things don't work out the way we expected them to. And we
Yeah.
feel, well, I shouldn't have done that. Well, if you hadn't done that, maybe you wouldn't have learned this, or you wouldn't have seen that, or you wouldn't have known what your foundation or your boundaries were. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I am not a fan of defending boundaries.
No.
I feel like I'm like, why isn't
Mhm.
everybody respectful? Why can't they read my mind? Why does my husband not know what I do? you
I get
know?
it. Yeah. You
Um,
should know me by now, you know? Yeah. Yeah.
um, yeah, but the loving boundaries is also like leaving these little, um, like these little notes to the people in your life too. You really do need to tell them. Like for instance, my sister just had her arm and something with her arm. She had to be in a cast,
Uh-huh.
and my sister is the go above and beyond for everybody, and then found herself like, oh no, no one's helping me. And it's one of those loving boundaries where,
Yeah.
if you know that's something that might come up, then just be like, hey, just to let you know, there's this loving, gentle, reminder of, I won't be able to do some of the same things. I will need some meals made and this and that, because if you're like me, or my sister, you might be playing a role that nobody really asked you to play, but they're all used
Correct.
to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Because, well, and so many of us, um, I know myself, didn't have that. I knew what my boundaries were with my parents because you just respected them. They
yeah.
weren't really, you didn't have to have a whole list. You just knew. But
Hmm.
I never really considered them for myself when I got older. It's like, oh, well, was I supposed to do that? And,
Yeah.
so then you get people walking all over and you're wondering what the hell you did.
Yeah.
Why are you a doormat to some of these people? And it's because you didn't set the boundaries. They didn't know. They just assumed you were a certain way. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I will mention, if this helps anybody, like I just came back from a retreat where a friend of mine channels Mother Mary. And so some of the things that Mother Mary was teaching us was, what word comes up that you're ready to lay down or put down. And the word that came up for me was shame. And shame, it's so interesting how with shame, it's like I put it on myself,
Mm-hmm.
like the volume of shame that I actually put on myself was very big.
Mm-hmm.
I would say more than, somebody out there, like, I think like one of the sentences growing up, like my mom would get frustrated. I had young parents, and they would be like, shame on you. You should have
Yeah.
known
My
better.
husband had that. Yeah.
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 Or even
Mm-hmm.
like, shame on you. I can't even look at you right now. Those things that
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
You don't realize the gravity of those words.
yeah.
You're going through it.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
how stuck they get inside of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and, and it's interesting because like for me with the shame, it was, it's almost like when it comes to relationships and friendships, I feel as if I have to go above and beyond for someone to like me,
I
you
understand.
know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I'm learning how to like be like, oh no, I'm pretty awesome just the way I am.
Just the way
Don't
you
have
are.
to
Yeah.
do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you
Um,
don't like me, that's your problem.
yeah.
It's not mine.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
but like shame and self-worth, like those
Yes.
are, if we're opening up this like 6-6 love, like self-love portal,
Hmm.
yeah, I would like to kick that out through the
Yep.
portal. Yeah, like it's a
Absolutely.
soccer ball or a football.
Yep. And for me, it's guilt. It's always been guilt.
Yeah.
Keith and I talked one time. His was shame. Mine was guilt. And yeah. Second chakra is the shame. Third chakra is the guilt. And
Oh,
I have a lot of problems with my stomach.
yeah.
So it made a lot of sense, but I don't know why. It was like, my mother didn't use the word, but I would feel like I had a guilty conscience if I did something I knew I shouldn't have. And it was small stuff. It wasn't
Hmm.
like I murdered the neighbor's dog or something, it wasn't anything
No,
like
I
that.
can't
But,
see. I
it
can't
was like,
see that.
oh, and then I'd carry that with me. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I
Yeah.
picked my nose once and I shouldn't have,
Yeah.
whatever it was. And it's an awful feeling. And it really does get stuck in your body. It really can be. Yeah.
Yeah, and I asked this question because it comes up a lot for me and for other people in the community of why is this coming up again?
Yeah.
Like I thought I already worked on that. And
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
during the channelings at this retreat, it was told that very lovingly that those things happened, and they don't get erased.
Right.
But what happens is when they come up, realizing that like you're not feeling the energy of it, like how it, like if somebody said shame on you, right? And then
Right.
I'm thinking about that. It's like the amount of emotions I feel between
Aren't
those two, it
attached to
like
me.
it keeps getting less and less like volume, to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I like that. And that
yeah.
does
So
make a lot of sense. And, we are always improving ourselves. So that makes sense too. Yeah.
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 So I guess the question, since this is like the love portal,
Mhm.
and like a cosmic break
Yeah.
from everything we just did, coming up to 6-6.
Hmm.
How could we get ready? Like the new moon is all about growing things, right?
Hmm.
And I wonder if this is just kind of like growing a relationship with ourselves. Um,
Mm.
and like if anybody out there has any ideas, like to share about that, like how does one
Uh-huh. I
do that?
love that.
Yeah.
And because we don't really, it isn't like, well, I think I'm going to work on my growing my relationship with myself more. We don't tend to think that that's as important as it is to grow
Yeah.
a relationship with another person.
Yeah. You know,
Wow.
especially us caretakers, um, where
Yeah.
it's like I don't really know like what my
Mm.
hobbies are because I'm like, I don't know, I've just been taking care of everybody. Is that a hobby?
Well,
Uh,
it reminds me, before you have children, you can usually sleep through the night. Nothing wakes you up, or, it's minimal. After you have children, and even when they're in their 40s, I can't sleep as well at night. And I don't know
yeah.
why, but it's like one of those things that works its way in, and it's difficult to work its way out. So, yeah.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
we've got some good
Good.
yeah, let's show this one.
Yep.
Yep, the guilt sucks. There are people who should actually feel bad, but they're okay with whatever they
Yeah.
did, go on their merry way. And that's
Mhm.
so interesting,
It is.
because
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
it's just
true.
like I always think about it in the opposite, you know? It's just
Hmm.
like, so
Hmm.
I felt this during that, but if somebody did that to me, I wouldn't have come down on them as hard as I'm
Yeah.
coming down on myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, and some people can never apologize. There's never been an apology out of the lady I know to anybody ever
Yeah.
that I've ever heard. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and this is like a beautiful thing, to really take care of like our inner
Oh,
child.
there you
Uh,
go, Annie.
yeah,
Yeah.
Annie Bear's like, I cried so much making this one fairy house. It was very
Beautiful.
healing.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Very nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
that the retreat that I was at was very inner child for me.
Hmm.
Like really going back and like the unsure JJ, you know, like I'm
Uh-huh.
not sure what am I supposed to do here? How do I get comfortable in this situation with these people, even though I'm
Uh-huh.
uncomfortable, you
Uh-huh.
know? And yeah, it was playing by the river. It was like stacking rocks. What that's a good thing for people to
Yeah,
do, getting
it
ready
is.
for the full moon and on.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
true. Very
Uh,
true. Yeah.
what else do we have? Yep. Catherine says, I need ways to heal my inner child for sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bora Bora is reminding it doesn't cost anything to subscribe.
That's right. Rich, I
Yeah.
like what Richie says. He said that it was interesting, to look at it from the perspective, it's that not to get rid of something, but just
Yeah.
to have some understanding of it.
Yeah.
And that is it. Do we, when we pull back and say, "Gee, I thought I already handled that, and I don't have to handle it again."
Yeah.
No, but you understood how to handle it at the time, and you got through it the first time, so you can do it. I love that. That's a great comment, Richie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'll ever understand why the mind brings
Yeah.
those things back up. But if it made me feel really good to have somebody explain it to me, like, okay, well, um, when you think of it now, or when it does pop up, it's not
Mhm.
as strong
Right.
as yeah. And so I feel like I don't even know how to put that in words, that process of turning the volume down on the emotional stuff when it pops back up. Like, you
Yeah.
know, people are like, oh, time heals. And
Yeah. Doesn't mean that you forget.
yeah,
And that's the same way with apologies.
yes,
I accept your apology. I'll never forget that you made
yeah.
me feel this way, but I can move on. So yeah.
I've actually saved a couple of things that popped up on Instagram. This person was explaining, like, you know, yeah, you kind of you came into my house, so to speak, and what you did was very hurtful to me.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna apologize. So I don't have for my like I'm not apologize. I'm gonna forgive this situation because I don't want to be angry about it anymore. But
Yeah.
giving forgiveness doesn't mean that you have access to my house anymore.
Right.
Like you're
Right.
not allowed to come in my house anymore. But
Right.
you know,
Right. Yep.
but
You brought chaos and
Go
confusion and
on,
hurt.
go on with
Yeah,
your life.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, don't come to my house
We
anymore.
don't want to hang on to that because it's not good for ourselves. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah.
true. I love that. Yeah.
And this is really neat too. I have been thinking about doing
Oh,
is it Qigong? I don't know how to pronounce it, but
qigong. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah. And do you know how to do it, Allie?
I've
Have you
seen
done
it.
it?
It reminds me a lot of it's not quite, but karate or tai chi
Mhm.
in a way. But
Yeah,
it's really good for you. I mean, I know it's really good for your body and your
yeah,
mind. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. And healing in a way is what I
yeah,
understood. Yeah,
yeah. Definitely,
yeah.
definitely.
And then I'm not sure if we did this one.
Oh, there you go. You took
I
them
re-
on. There you
yeah,
go, girl. Yeah.
realized recently the energies I've been dealing with were from my parents, two separate topics, and I took them on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yep. And
yeah.
just can you imagine if you have this internal foundation that you're building for yourself, you didn't build it strong enough to hold on to everybody else's stuff
Thank
because
you.
there's a weight bearing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And you can say, "Oh, good. It's not necessary for me to
Yeah.
hang on to it." Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what Richie has to say. So we aren't to remove things from our journey or stop experiencing, maybe just being able to move forward with everything.
There you go, Richie. It reminds me of taking out something to look at it and remind you, even when you're looking at a picture, ladies, I know you're going to understand this. Oh, I thought I was really fat in this picture, but boy, I was
Totally.
not fat.
Yeah.
So it's check in with reality is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, I do that. I thought I learned that lesson, but it's like I continue to do it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Yes,
I totally do
absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, this is a neat way to think of it. The energy qigong, or however you
mhm,
pronounce it, reminds me of Reiki, movement of energy for different types of healing. Yeah, I have to. This is
yeah.
another reminder for me.
Hmm. Yeah. It's always nice to add it as a tool in your toolbox. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Hi,
what a
Kat.
that's really good because it's like I took Tai Chi when I was younger and loved it. And I kind of feel like the other one is more of like almost working with like the energy around you, like the earth energy, like
Hmm.
bringing energy. Yeah, I have to
Yeah.
that I think that's going to be my 6/6 gift to
There
myself.
you go. I
Yeah.
would love to be, I mean, I took karate and I used to use my forms that I learned in there and slow them down for and sort of use them as a Tai Chi form. But then, time goes on. I was 40 years ago. I can't remember them all now, but it's
Yeah.
really good for you. Really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Richie's funny. You're funny. Um,
I've been thinking about the stories in my head. The three most hurtful things ever said to me were by my parents and ex-husband. Yeah.
mhm. They're their stories, not yours. Yeah. Yeah.
I love visuals. Catherine, so I'm seeing you writing down those stories on just a visual. You don't have to go
Yeah.
do this, but like writing it out on concrete or
Uh-huh.
something that you can smash. you know, like
Yeah.
just like putting that energy into whatever they like threw your way and like
Yeah.
just smashing it because like those hurtful things didn't come from you and they
Correct.
probably aren't even think that's the frustrating thing. It's like they're probably not even thinking 1 second about that. And it's
Nope.
like and we hold on to it
We hold on to it. Yeah,
like it's
we do.
the truth about us or something.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
very true. That's so true. Um, the words that are said, there's also the words that are said that weren't meant the way they came out. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
Because, or if they're written and not spoken,
You don't know the tone.
you can really get a mess going.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
misunderstandings too.
definitely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why I really like the saying of I forgive myself from the beginning of my time to right now. If I hurt anybody,
Yeah,
consciously or unconsciously, because
Right.
I'm sure I've done both.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
just repeating that, because I feel like we all come, I don't know, Allie, I know you come from a good place. Um,
My intentions are usually honorable. I
yeah,
don't want to hurt anybody. And if I do it, I feel horrible about it. So
yeah.
yeah,
And,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I know the way like my brain works, like I will say stuff that hurts people's feelings without even knowing about it.
Yes, we all do it
Yeah.
though. We do. Yeah. Yep. It's part of being human, I guess. I sometimes will say, I wrote a letter to my best friend and I said that I felt guilty that I had been such a hoarder with craft stuff because when I was cleaning out my house, oh my God, the amount of stickers and washi tape and all that stuff. I mean, I probably have $10,000 for stuff.
Yes.
Honestly, I gave most of it to Goodwill. And
Yep.
I felt really embarrassed by it and I felt stupid. And I wrote
Yeah.
to her and she's like, "You're too hard on yourself. You enjoyed it when you have it, just let it go." But it was almost as though I had to be pardoned by somebody, even though I didn't. It's
Yeah.
just that she understands me because she does the same things, so to speak. So it was almost like that. And then she started apologizing because she said, "You've been sending me that stuff too. And I didn't, I hope you didn't think you had to." And then I felt bad. I didn't want her to think I
Oh, I
felt
know.
bad because I sent it to her.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it's like
yes.
the unsaid stories that we
Right.
have.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
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 Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know why we're like that. I don't know why that's a thing, but yeah, the stories
Hmm.
that happen around something. Um,
Yes. Yeah.
I have a really great imagination.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Annie Bear, I think that many of us can outgrow people. I
Hmm.
think but I think some people come in for whether they say season, reason, lifetime,
Hmm.
and it isn't done maliciously. I don't believe that you have an intention to outgrow anyone. It's just that that's what happens,
Yeah.
and it isn't like, well, I'm going to make friends with these people, get all their money, or let them pay for everything and then I'm going to find another one. It isn't like that. It's like there's more of a give and a take as well. So yeah, it just
I'm
happens.
trying to imagine you, like these stories in my head. I'm like imagining you, Allie, like being that person. Like,
I know. I know.
yeah, that's not you.
No, it really bothers me when I see people, and it shocks me when I see people do that because I don't
Yes.
think of people doing that.
Yeah.
That isn't what my thought is. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's all about intention. It's nobody. I had a person that was a friend of mine, and for some reason, I said I was going away to visit somebody in Florida that she had never heard of. I hadn't talked about this person, and she was insulted, and she refused to be my friend anymore.
What?
"Why didn't you tell me about this person?" And I said, "Well,
Yeah.
I'm telling you now." But it was this jealousy thing that was really weird, and I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something that came up too, just recently for me is like like one person can't be your everything. And it's
Yeah,
not appropriate for one person to be your everything.
that's right.
Yeah, and there's this what's it called where you're instead of like being independent, you're like dependent.
Codependent.
Yeah,
Codependent.
codependent. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
codependency.
Mhm.
And I think it would be really good if we thought like just for a second, like, wait, am I codependent on something? Like,
Mhm.
and does that have an agenda? Because I know that
Mm.
I'm codependent with, if you're not even thinking about people, it's like, let me see.
Coffee. I'm codependent on coffee. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I can't come up with something right now, but I
Mhm.
know things I'm codependent on,
Uh-huh.
um, where it has an agenda. Like, there's always clutter in my house, and I'm always like, I'm going to
Uh-huh.
clean this and I'm going to organize this. And
Yeah.
guess it does have an agenda because I don't invite anybody over to my house. But maybe the thing behind that is
Mhm.
like what's the agenda and why don't I want to invite anybody over? Or it also is like, oh, I can't go do that. I need to stay here and clean my house. Like that's more like it. Like I can't go to that. No, I can't go to the movies. I can't do this. I'm like self-punishing myself.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
the
Uh-huh.
physical like example of that is everything in my house. So
Well,
just
they
yeah.
always say it's a good excuse to invite people over, then you'll clean,
Oh my God, totally. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, oh, Harley, that's true. Some friends you peacefully not see again, and new ones come in. It's interesting, Harley, that you're saying that about. It reminds me of college. I remember being at college, being in the last weeks of being there, and when I was 20 years old, and feeling very melancholy because I knew that I would never see all these people in the same place again ever.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking how horrible that was. And I lamented that for years. It was like college was the be all end all for me. And it took
Yeah.
me such a long time to get through that. But, um, you know, it's pretty true. I haven't seen that many people since then that I would want to see. And
Yeah.
it just is. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so to recap,
Yeah.
Allie,
All right.
go through the things about like waking up and this is what you do tomorrow.
Okay. So when the June Gateway is inviting you to look at an internal audit. That's one thing. Hold on. And when you get up in the morning tomorrow, the grounding practice is first the heart space before you check your phone, get out of bed, go get your coffee and all that.
Mhm.
Put your hands on your chest and feel the rise and breath of your fall of your breath and say, what does my heart actually need from me today? Don't force anything, but just take a look at it. And it doesn't have to be something big. It could
Yeah.
be that it wants you to just sit with it.
Yeah.
In the afternoon, at some point, you're going to do a boundary assessment and you're going to look at your energy distribution. Are you spending too much time worrying about this kid or this club or this thing or your dog or whatever it is that you're doing? And recognize that you're not cutting people out. You're redesigning how you interact with the world so that you can give without being depleted, because you're not going to be good to anybody if you're depleted. And in the evening, then you're asking for the art of active receiving. Um, say, I want to let the goodness in. I want to write things down that came. Is it good to get a compliment from somebody? A moment of unexpected beauty in nature? A yes or a sudden thread of comfort? I know my husband wrote me this, the busiest day of my life. My husband sends me emails. That's how he talks to me half the time. And he said, wouldn't it be nice to go to a real movies? We haven't been to the real movies in a very long time, but it was the wrong day.
Mhm.
Busy, busy, busy. And I said, gee whiz, this sounds fabulous. I would love to do this, but I can't today. And he said, well, it's for any day. So that took that off there. But I
Yeah.
love that. That was an active receiving of somebody else's idea where I didn't have to think about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this has been amazing.
Yeah.
One other thing about something we can do for loving ourselves is at the retreat I just came back from, when the sun is setting, um, just pay attention to the sun setting and say a prayer for yourself.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yep. And the sun is staying out longer here, at least on the West Coast. It's like 9 o'clock and it's still not actively
Yeah.
out, but you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
light. And it's something about that that just brings me joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah.
Yeah.
That we have a little bit more time. Yeah.
Well, okay, people, let's get out there. Let's go within.
Mhm.
Don't get out, get in.
That's right. Yes.
Thank you so
Make,
much, Allie.
live from your fullness, receive without apology. Your heart is safe and completely open, everyone. Thank you, JJ.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.